What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren. If you're new here, let's talk Tortured Poets Department, hot takes, controversial opinions, intrusive thoughts, whatever you want to call them. I want to know yours. In next week's video, yes, Lauren is going back to a regular schedule. This is the start of, we're at the bottom of like a good momentum peak. In next week's video, I'm going to be reacting and reading your controversial hot takes. Today, we're going to start with me and my controversial hot takes. I've been talking to you guys about this on my Instagram and on my TikTok and on my Patreon because I feel like for some reason, this album, maybe it's just all of Taylor Swift's albums, everyone has an opinion. And it's a strong one. Have you noticed that? Why is Taylor Swift so polarizing? You either like love her or you like hate her. And I don't understand that at all, but hey, whatever floats your boat. I've got some juicy hot takes written down that I would like to chat with you guys about, but make sure, and like even before you start to like watch this video or even like all throughout it, comment down below your hot takes, your controversial opinions. This is a safe space, and if you really don't feel safe, you can always DM me on the side and I'll keep it anonymous for you. But like, come on. We're all Taylor Swift fans. It's okay. We've all heard the joke, capitalism, Taylor's version. I feel like we are able to lightly, I wouldn't call it criticize, but give our feedback, you know, as fans. You guys know me. I'm all about positivity. And if you don't know me, I'm all about positivity. If you are new here, I'm Lauren. Make sure you are subscribed. I talk about all things pop culture from a positive light, and Taylor Swift is my game. I've been covering her for like 7 years now, which is crazy. I love that a lot of you guys have like been here with me since the beginning. Let's get into this video. If you are looking for a little bit more from me, you can always join my Patreon. That's where I upload all of my unedited reactions, exclusive content, and you guys have been asking about my Fortnite music video reaction. That lives exclusively on Patreon. I felt like, and I'm gonna dig into it a little bit later on in this video, but that will be just a Patreon exclusive, the Fortnite music video reaction. I'm considering decoding it because there's just like there's a lot to unpack there. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. So yes, just in case my opinions muddy your minds, muddy is a negative word, just in case my opinions influence your mind, right? I want to know your controversial hot takes. I feel like everyone's sharing them online and I want to know so that I can react to them in next week's YouTube video because there's a lot of opinions. We got to address them. Let's hop right into my first hot take. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and on TikTok. Is it going to get banned? What's happening with that? Let me know because I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Anyways, let's start. Controversial opinion number 1. I don't think Fortnite should have been the lead single. This is my hot take. Cue fire emojis. This is my hot take. Fortnite is a good song. I just don't really think it's like the strongest on the album, which again, Taylor Swift does that. She does that. Might I remind you of Me Hee Hee being the lead single. What was the other one? We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together was the lead single. Yo, relax. I like that song. Do I think it is the strongest single on the album? No, I do not. But that is my hot take for that. I'm just giving you all the hot takes today. By the way, I like just bought this new bodysuit and I like really am looking for like brighter colors, you know? It's from Amazon. And as soon as I put it on for Matt, he was like, you look like a superhero or like a person in and I was like, you mean like Xenon? And he's like, but like a superhero. So this is my superhero bodysuit. I don't know what I'm saying. But I guess I can understand that it was the lead single because we got the music video for it the very next day. And I have no idea how many more music videos she will be sharing with us from the Tortured Poets Department. I mean, she's got so many songs to choose from. I wonder if they've all been filmed. I wonder if there's gonna be any more. I feel like there's gonna be more. She does, I think like the minimum she's done on an album is like 2 to 3. And like the most she's ever done, oh my God, I'm making these numbers up. I think the most she's ever done is like 5 or 6 from one album era. Please comment down below and correct me. I don't know why those numbers just came into my head, but I feel like there was one era where she really only gave us like 3 music videos. Remind me down below. I wonder if this is even considered a hot take in your guys' mind because I think that a couple of you have been saying that online, that they don't know if Fortnite should have been the album's lead single. And honestly, I am always just so curious, like what goes into that? Chester. Like what goes through the thought process of, okay, here's my album and here are all of the songs that I want to make singles One, how does she decide that? How do you decide that, Taylor? I genuinely have no idea. Does it have to do with her favorites? Does it have to do with like writers credit? I don't know. Very interested in that. So then how does she go from these are all my songs that I want to be singles, and then these are the ones, this is the lead, and then we're gonna do this, this, and this. Like, what's the rhyme or reason? I don't know. For me personally, tell me if you agree. I think that if she started with the single, well, actually, okay. I was going to say Down Bad because that is just such like a single Down Bad, crying at the gym is such like a single bop. But the song, the title track, The Tortured Poets Department is so good. It's upbeat, it's wordy, it's lyrical, it's poetry. I don't know why my voice just cracked, but it's lyrical. And I just feel like it's a really beautiful start of the album. Like I will say I do enjoy how it goes from Fortnite into Tortured Poets Department, but I just feel like if you're gonna call your album TTPD, why not make the lead single TTPD? Personally, my opinion. I love that song. I love it a lot. And I do like the song Fortnite. I just feel like it's like lower on my list of like, this is one of my favorites. What's so funny is I listen to Taylor Swift albums. This is like really started since Midnight's. No, what am I saying? I did this with Reputation too. What am I saying? Never mind. Take all of that back. I go to Spotify and I find a Taylor Swift album and I click play at track 1 and I listen to it all the way through like an audiobook. It really is like an audiobook for Taylor Swift, honestly. And it's like, that is how I listen to her albums. Like truly with Midnights, I would just like listen to that whole thing all the way down. And I always wonder if that affects, because I think other people do that too, because that probably affects the Billboard top charts. If I'm like sitting here and I've got a work day and I'm like, all right, press play and I'm making it through the album. And then like I'm on track 12 and then the doorbell rings and then I run off and I go do other things. It's like, I don't normally come back to that same track to finish out the album. Like I wonder, in order to boost the numbers for a song that she might not think could be as strong, I don't know. I think I'm making that up. I don't know if any of that's true, obviously. I find it so interesting that the whole like media storm, myself included, when she announced this album and we heard about the group chat that Joe Alwyn was in, we heard that she was releasing it on April 19th and we were like, oh my God, that's when like the Civil War started. She's gonna declare war on Joe Alwyn. No, not at all. That is so not at all what happened. We, as fandom, are very dramatic. I love it. Sometimes you can get a little too dramatic. If you have caught my last video from last week, you should go watch that. Lots of spicy, spicy things to say. But I mean, for her to start the album with Fortnite, actually, it's kind of like a, haha, you thought this is going to be about Joe. It's not. Also, I have very expertly swirled all these different men into my poems that you will never know which song is about who, with the exception of Loss of My Life. That's obviously about Joe. In case you missed my reaction videos, go watch those. I personally believe that any song that starts with like really beautiful, slow, heavy piano, I feel like that is a reference to her ex-boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, because in the Long Pond sessions, Taylor talks about how Joe plays piano beautifully. Obviously, he wrote the melody for Exile, and I think Sweet Nothing as well. One of my favorite songs. But maybe that was like a little strategic, I'm gonna start the album with Fortnite, so that they can't think that Joe's the one with the typewriter, but the literal lyrics in Fortnite are, I've touched you, but for only a fortnight. And then everyone went back and did our weird paternity test thing that we all do. And yes, guys, I do it too. I know, because we're kind of trained like that to do it. I don't know if I'm proud of it. I don't know if we're proud of it as a collective, but I'm trying really hard to make like a conscious effort to just like enjoy the music as it is. Not try to, this is about him and this is about that and this is about that. It's like, it's too much. It is art. It is the way that Taylor wanted us to receive it. So yeah, I do think that in terms of strong lead singles, she could have very easily done Down Bad, Tortured Poets Department, or I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Ugh, don't you just love that song? Does it not just make you so freaking happy? Like you can't, even if you don't like Taylor Swift, you can't not dance. Hearing that song, hearing the thing, did you guys know that the like 1, 2, 3, go, like Taylor very purposefully added the noise that she hears when she's on stage at the Eras Tour. It's like a metronome to make sure that she hits the beat every single time, no matter where she is in the stadium. And then there's like someone on the other end, like, I don't know, a producer or a showrunner being like, okay, time to sing, time to hit this dance, because it's like a long ass show. I thought that was very interesting. Someone on TikTok pointed that out, but it's like, that's what she hears in her in-ear. Go back and you'll hear it anyways. That was a long hot take number one. Let's move on to number two. While we're speaking about Fortnite. Okay, so this is, I guess, two hot takes into one. Maybe I should start with the other hot take. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I feel bad saying this. I feel very bad saying this, and I was considering not including this thought into this video, but it's something that I feel. I think I disagree with it now. Do I? Let me give you my hot take, and then I will give you the opposing argument. I'm basically debating myself in this, so you're welcome. No one asked for that, Lauren. So my first hot take is, I don't know why I like feel so bad even like sharing this opinion with you. I feel like she could have not released a double album and cut out about 5 songs and just did like a deluxe album with like some extra tracks. That is like a hot take of mine. And again, not that there's anything wrong with change. It's just been so hard for all of us to like digest and listen to these songs and memorize the lyrics and really like listen to them. But now that it's been 2 weeks, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think like when I first heard it, I was like, oh my God, how am I don't even know what song is which. Like, I mean, honestly, it's been 2 weeks and today driving to yoga, I was like, I'll build a fort on some planet where you can all understand it. And I was like, what song is that? Is that I Can Do It? Is that, I have no idea what song is which. Like I just get random bridges and random lyrics stuck in my head and I'm not able to attribute them to any song just yet. Anyone else out there? I asked my Patreon Discord, because we always love to do our Taylor Swift 3-second song challenges. And I was like, yo guys, if we were to do a 3-second song challenge for TTPD, could you do it? And everyone's like, absolutely not. They're like, I can hear a song and recognize it, know the lyrics, the next lyrics in the line, but I will have no idea what song it actually goes to. And I was like, me too. Me too, homie. And so before I tear apart that hot take, I said that I think she could have cut out about 5 songs from the album. Here are the 5 that I think she could have cut out. For me personally, don't get offended. I already know. I can already like feel your, how could you say that about us? Just shh, relax. I think that she could have cut I Look in People's Windows. Cassandra. Relax. It's just my hot take. Robin. Peter. What was the other one that I was like, meh? Oh, I gotta hear it again. And I think she could have gotten rid of the albatross. I know. Honestly, I feel like it's a toss-up between the albatross or the manuscript, which again, people think I'm crazy for thinking that. But those were just like my immediate opinions. Chester agrees or disagrees. Chester, shh, come here. You want a treat? I don't get him over here. You want a treat? Hi! You're gonna get a treat at the end of the video, not right now. Okay, shh, mommy has to work. All right. So that is hot take number 2, and it leads into hot take number 3. Chester, shh, you're just gonna hear him bark, and it's gonna be fine. And that leads into hot take number 3, which is that I think releasing the double album completely overshadowed the Fortnite music video. Do you not agree? Like, we were all just like 2 a.m. People were on their second listen of the first 15 tracks. And at 2 a.m., like, we were all expecting something, but we weren't like, oh, it's gonna be a whole ass album. Some of you were. We like talked about the idea of her releasing a whole other double album with all the 2s and stuff, but I don't really know if we really believed it was going to happen. I just remember with the day of the music video, I mean, maybe it's just for me as like a YouTuber who like reacts to Taylor Swift stuff. I was so delirious. By the time the Fortnite music video dropped, I was like, I think I was mid-reaction for the anthology, and I was like, okay, here we go. Time to digest. Welcome to Tortured Poets Week, day, year, I don't know what year it is anymore. I have just been busting out the Taylor Swift videos. And now here we are to watch the Fortnite music video. And the only thing I've gotten from it is that she's wearing like something that reminds me of Emma Stone in Poor Things. Great movie. Great actress. Don't know what we're gonna get. I was just already had so much to digest, and like it's not like I'm just listening here alone. It's like I have to do hair, makeup, audio, camera, lights, all make sure that I have a quiet set. There's like whatever. There's a lot that goes into it, and I feel like I was just personally like so overwhelmed in a great way. Like, beggars cannot be choosers. I don't know if that metaphor applies to this, but maybe you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful that we have all of these tracks, that we have all of these stories. But those are my two hot takes kind of into one. She could have cut 5 songs and just released a deluxe album instead of making it a whole double album. And I think that the release of her double album, the anthology portion, really overshadowed the Fort Malone was what I was going to say. The Fort Malone music video. Yep, that's what it is. The Fortnite music video featuring Post Malone, because it's actually a very, very good music video. It's a little short, but maybe that's just because like the song is short, but I was just like, I remember like at the end of it, I was like, I want more. Like what are you telling me in this story? Also, side note, people on Twitter have noticed that if you listen to different songs on Spotify, there's like never before seen clips of Taylor like grabbing a piece of paper, and it's from the Fortnite music video. But there's like different songs, and I was kind of like, I need to go back and like put those together and see if it adds anything. Like, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. That's a thing. We know that she does nothing by accident, so maybe she's trying to tell us something with that. Now, on the side of the rebuttal of my two hot takes, for me to say she could have cut 5 songs and not made it a double album, I am not Taylor Swift. I did not have the life experiences that she had that made her need to write this album like she told us. She said that
Tortured Poets is an album that I think more than any of my albums that I've ever made, I needed to make it. Like it was really a lifeline for me. Just the things I was going through, the things I was writing about, it was like, it kind of reminded me of why songwriting is something that like actually gets me through my life.
She has never needed to write an album as much as she did this one. And I mean, she just had like a lot of stories and things that she wanted to share with us. So who am I to say that she should have cut 5 songs? It shouldn't have been a double album. Like, no, that's why we're here, just to have fun. These are hot takes. These are controversial opinions. It's all in good fun. Everybody relax. Moving on to my next hot take, which I talked about in my reaction video, but I just really need you guys to go do your own research on this because it's so stuck in my head. Hot take. Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus is referencing John Mayer. If not completely, but a little bit. A little bit. Like, I just am so stuck on that idea. And I know, Lauren, that was forever ago. Why would you do that? Blah, 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 blah. I think that it's evident in this whole album that not every song is about one person. She's doing very well at the red herring. Oh my God, remember the thing that she did? D321. Oh my God. And there's also like rumors that she's gonna drop a 3rd album. No, guys. No. Holy crap, that would be insane. That would be insane because I'm filming this video to go up the day that everyone thinks it's gonna happen, May 4th, but this video is gonna go up anyway. Come back and tell me if I'm wrong and there's a 3rd album. That would be weird. Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus has an identical melody to one of John Mayer's song from his EP. Please look at how young and cute John Mayer was here. Little baby J May. His song, Comfortable. I'm sorry, it's identical. Like, not every note and chorus and verses, but like, you cannot tell me that those songs don't sound insanely similar. They do. And it's like all that I heard about in my head. And she talks about like when she says, your hologram stumbled into my apartment, hands in the hair of somebody in darkness named Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. So Matty Healy has been very open about, I don't know if he's bi-curious or if he's actually bisexual, but he's like kissed male fans at concerts before and just he's not like afraid to do that. There has been like this is in poor taste what I'm about to say, okay? There have been underground Hollywood rumors that John Mayer is potentially bisexual. It's not nice for anyone to speculate on anyone's sexuality, okay? I fully believe that, and fully aware of how hypocritical this is, but I can't finish my hot take without telling you, yeah, okay. I'm a good person, I promise. And I just watched it happen as the decade would play us for fools. Yes, we do know now that Taylor and Maddie Healy have had, their relationship was longer than a fortnight, guys. Way longer. They've known each other way longer. It sounds like they were always the like on again, off again, what if, the kind of the in-betweeners, Taylor and Maddie. But I just feel like this could so very easily also be about John Mayer. When she says, "You turned me into an idea of sorts." I mean, John Mayer wrote the song Paper Doll, all about Taylor Swift. And oh my God, please go look at the music video because it's so weird. But you turned me into an idea of sorts, and he called her like a paper doll, step into your chiffon and all of that. And John Mayer was very much into drugs, like forever ago, or maybe still. I'm not caught up on my J. May pop culture references right now. But I just feel like the fact that the melody sounds so similar, the fact that she said, "too impaired by my youth to know what to do." She was so young when they dated. Taylor Swift was 19 and John Mayer was 32. When you get a little bit older, it might not seem as crazy, but like, that's like, who am I to judge? It's a 12-year age gap. That's just kind of what it got me to think about. And again, this is my hot take, my controversial opinion. I feel like nobody agrees with me on my hot take. I don't feel like one person on the, well, I like shared on my Instagram story, side by side, John Mayer's song Comfortable next to Clofia. That's the name of the song, okay? Next to Clofia's lyrics. And a few of you guys were like, "Whoa, what? It sounds just like it." And I was like, thank you. Thank you. I do know that there are only so many musical notes and arrangements in the world, so that yes, songs are bound to sound alike, but that's just a little too on the nose. That's too on the nose for me. Please tell me your thoughts. You can disagree with me. Let me know why. Prove me wrong. That's really why I like making fun videos like this, is because I'm just chatting with you guys, letting you know what's going on in my brain. And then my very last hot controversial take that I feel like people, now that it's been 2 weeks, are more starting to agree with. But the weekend that this dropped, no one agreed with me. No one. And I was like, y'all are wrong. My hot take, number 5, is I believe that Taylor Swift did not write the Tortured Poets Department with the main forefront goal to win a lot of Grammys, to be critically acclaimed by every person in the music industry. Like, no. Taylor wrote this album for herself, for her healing, to push herself, and she wrote it for her fans. I don't know. I don't personally believe that she wrote this album in mind with being like, what will win album of the year? What will continue my crazy award streak that everything I do turns to gold, blah, blah, blah. If she were to have done that, I think she would have made the album a little shorter. I think she would have started with a stronger lead single. I think she would have cut out random songs like Peter, Robin. I don't know. They're okay, but like, not my fave. You know, I feel like this was, what's everyone saying on TikTok? They're like, TTPD is if Folklore and Midnights had a baby, and then that baby smoked weed with Evermore. And that the product of that is TTPD, which I think is hilarious. And I like that because there's so many different, like Thank You Amy has a lot of country in it, which makes me very happy. A lot of her other songs have like very strong folklore vibes, like storytelling. I also love In So Long London. It's something that we've like really never heard from her before, in a sense of like, it's like spoken word poetry. Like she is standing like on a microphone in like a seedy artsy bar, just like spotlight on her. And she's just like, "You told me you love me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar waiting for proof." I just feel like it's so personal. And it's like, you have to, it's like I said this earlier, it's like a podcast. Like she's just has so many thoughts and feelings and just really needed to get them out. And that's what she did with Tortured Poets Department. And that includes the songs that I feel like maybe she should have cut out or whatever. Like her song Prophecy, God, it's just so about being larger than life and people bowing down to her like a god. And she talks about how hard and impossible a position that is for her to be in. And it's just wild. And I really think this is some of her best work she's ever done. The reason I think that is because she didn't write this album with Grammys and AOTY in mind. She just really was like, I want to release this album. I want to do it my way. I want to release songs that maybe people won't even like, but I want to release them because I feel like this deserves to go on the Tortured Poets department. She ended it. God, I still need to go buy the physical copy. I haven't done that yet. I was out of town. I need to go do that. I'm pretty sure in the prologue, somewhere in the booklet, she said, the story's not mine anymore, it's yours. Like, this story has been boarded up and tucked away. This is not how I feel anymore. And I feel like if she were to have held back those songs that she feels so strongly about, it just wouldn't like be completely authentic, the Tortured Poets department, in the way that Taylor Swift wanted to release it, you know? I want to know your guys' hot takes. I will be reacting to them and featuring some of the best ones from the comment section down below for next week's video. So make sure you comment your hot take down below. And if you are like viewing other people's hot takes and controversial opinions, be nice. You can be nice. This is a safe space, right, to have a controversial opinion. You don't have to agree, but you don't have to disagree in a rude way. You know, healthy debate. That's what we're doing. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really miss talking to you guys and I want to just be here more. Please let me know the types of content and Taylor stuff and pop culture stuff you'd like to see from me. I also am working on some like home update, life updates, Chester puppy updates. And I just appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, commenting. All of your thoughtful comments on all my videos lately have just been bringing me so much joy. So thank you so much for being here. As always, make sure you're following me on Instagram and on TikTok. I post to Instagram daily. And if you're looking for a little bit more from me, you can always join my Patreon. It's a fun community of Swifties. And I'm planning some game nights for us very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you leave it a like and I will see you in the next one. Bye.